Ndamai Mono. Ụtụtụ ọma na ụtụtụ ọma na ụtụtụ ọma from Mozambique. Ụtụtụ ọma from my location. Ndị ọma ije eme ọnụ. Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning from here. Wonderful Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. All these wonderful updates that we are getting along with my network, because it's trying to give me. So wonderful, wonderful update coming from Finland. And Biafrans, anywhere that you are watching from, who are you? Tell me who you are. This is Mars David. David is a Biafran, a full-fledged Biafran, a member of the Biafran Writers of Conscience. I am coming to you live from my location in Mozambique. Tell me who you are. I welcome you. Very important. Where are you watching me from? We have wonderful updates coming from Finland. And I want to remind you as well that today is yet another court case. Biafra will also be appearing in court today. So it's a win-win situation for us. Win-win situation for Biafra. Nigeria. When I go hear them this time. This is not 1967. This is 2025. This is 21st century. 21st century, and this time around, Biafrans are all over the social media. Biafrans are all over the world. So where are you watching me from, wonderful people? And thank you for joining me. Cables, tell us where you are watching us from, so that we can as well appreciate your presence. Very, very important. Very important. Thank you for joining me. Please welcome others. Share for others to join us. Share, like, so that others will join us, because I have wonderful update to give you about the court case. Biafran court case. Is Biafra all the way? Biafra all the way. No hard moments, no dull moment for Biafra. It is Biafra. We are here for Biafra. We must continue for Biafra. Biafra must be restored in our time. This time, we are not missing the target. We are not leaving any stone unturned at all. Everything will happen this time. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me, wonderful people. Where are you watching us from? I'm back. So where are you watching from? And good morning from here. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you for joining me. Where are you watching us from? Ndewo no Chineke. I appreciate your presence. Please like and share so that people can join us anytime we are live. Ndewo no, thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Today is a very wonderful day. Tag Nigerians. Tag the Zoom media. Tag the TVC. Tag Arise Television. All these terrorist news medias in Nigeria. Tag them. Let them join us this morning. Because I have a very important update for them so that they can be able to carry it in their news. Because they are not getting any news from Finland. The zoo is no longer getting news. They are not getting any news from Finland. And you ask yourself, why? Why have you not heard from the Nigerian news media that Simon Ekpa is now in handcuffs? Why have you not heard that, the Finnish government have locked Simon up? Why? From the Nigerian news media. Are you still hearing that Simon Ekpa is a content creator? Nigeria is just a laughable society. A country that is shameless. Nigeria is really a shameless country. A whole Nigeria, a country that said they are independent. They could not source for their information from the right source. They are sourcing information from a blogger, from a content creator. And they use the information they get from a content creator to go to their national television and air it to the over 200 million Nigerians. Chai! NKERRE'S. It is really laughable. It is really, really laughable. It is really, really laughable that Nigerians can make do with what is coming out from their news channels, from their platforms, news platforms. It is really, really laughable. And it is not encouraging anyway. Nigeria is known for their lies and deceit. Nigeria is known not to be very serious when it comes to information dissemination. If you are thinking that you can get any authentic information from Nigeria, you must be joking. Nigeria can never give you the right information. That is why even Finland said the evidence they got from Nigeria against Simon Ekpa cannot be relied upon. That is how serious that it is. If Nigeria wants Finland to prosecute Simon Ekpa, our prime minister, and the same Finland is telling listeners that the evidence that they get from Nigeria cannot be relied upon, that tells you something that you need to know. That tells you that Nigeria is unreliable. Their informations are unreliable. You can't even trust the source of their information. And it's very, very sad. So Biafrans, join me this morning. Join me. I want you all to join me. Let's do this. Where are Biafran this morning? Where are you? Join me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please share. Welcome. Please share. Share to platforms. Good morning, man, for joining me. Thank you, Mwachineke. You are welcome. We will continue to do the needful. How are you doing? Were you able to, did you join last night's space of our information minister? Yeah, Biafrans, I welcome you this morning. Please like and share and subscribe. Even if you don't like, you can dislike as well, so that your dislike button will pop up somewhere and somebody may decide to join as well. Very important. Good morning from here. I have wonderful court updates coming from Finland. And today is yet another court session for Biafra. I actually love what is happening at this time. The era of broadcast expositions have gone. That is one thing that Biafrans all over the world should understand. The era of broadcasting, oh, we want our prime minister to come and broadcast. That era have come and gone. We are on the era of being on the international scene, international stage, and speaking to people who matters. Speaking to people who matters in this political era. We don't expect our Prime Minister or DavidNnannah to join us and start making broadcasts. No! We graduate from stages to stages. We graduated from DavidNnannah, creating an awareness, trying to educate our people on the need for them to support Biafra. Okay? We graduated from that era until we come to this stage whereby we are now in government. We are now in government, and the government is doing everything humanly possible under the periphery of governance and government of the world. They are following the path for Biafran freedom. So the era of, you're expecting Simon Ekpa to come back and start doing broadcasts has passed. We have passed that stage. That is not the era that we are now. No, we have passed that stage. Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, DavidNnannah, can no longer come out now and start sitting on the chair making broadcasts for you. No. What they are expected to do now is they are going to be speaking to world leaders, political players, international politicians. That is what Simon Ekpa, that is the stage that we are now. Not a stage of coming to sit down and make broadcasts and you'll be watching them. No. Anyaga forgot that era. Everything has its time, has its purpose. Everything has its time, has its purpose. The era of expositions, the era of awareness creation have passed. The awareness that we are creating now will be based on the Biafra media space. Just like you see me making this video this morning. This is the stage that Biafrans are now, whereby we are going to be speaking and people will be listening, not expecting our Prime Minister or DavidNnannah to come online and be telling you about Biafra. No. DavidNnannah, when he comes out, when our Prime Minister and DavidNnannah eventually comes out, you will see them visiting nations. They will not be speaking with all the political players in this world. They will be going to America. They will be going to Italy. They will be having political meetings, discussions on the way forward, and having international relations for Biafra. That is what they are going to be doing. Not expecting them, oh, you expect Simon Ekpa to come back and sit down in his parlor and be making a exposition for you. No, that era have passed. That era have long passed. So Biafrans, I want you to know that stages to stages, we have entered another stage of our liberation. And that stage, just like we know, we are in recognition. That is the stage that we are. And every one of you that is on the media space, every one of you that want Biafra, this is time and opportunity for each and every one of us to do that which you expect our Prime Minister to do. Because we have been educated enough. We have gotten all the information that we needed to make sure that people are aware of the plight of the Biafran people. Sister Helen Peters, I see you. Good morning from here. How are you doing? I hope you are okay. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. So just like I am saying, the era of waiting for exposition has passed. The era of waiting for Simon Ekpa to come back and speak to you. Oh, today we are going to have exposition. Today we are going to talk about Nigeria, or we are going to talk about Ifeanyi Ejiofor, or we are going to talk about Musa. That era have long come and passed, because there are stages to this liberation. Okay? Now we are in recognition. When our Prime Minister and DavidNnannah eventually joins us, their work will be to liaise, to speak with international players, politicians all over the world. They are going to seek collaborators. They are going to seek for people. There are going to be negotiations about Biafra, recognition. There are going to be negotiations about Biafran development, about building of Biafran nation. That is what DavidNnannah and Simon Ekpa will be doing when they are eventually released. And it's not going to be long. Okay? You know, it's those of them in IPOB Nigeria that we are waiting for DavidNnannah. Oh, let us wait for DavidNnannah so that when he comes out, we'll continue from where he stopped. These are people who don't have vision. These are people who don't actually know where they came from. These are the people who were only following DavidNnannah just for following sake. They were never following actually what DavidNnannah was doing. The same thing applies to those who are joining Ngozi Orabufulani. Instead of them to key in on the template of the government, they are now joining somebody who doesn't know what she is doing, who was actually contracted to come and distract what we are doing. They are the ones that will be waiting for Simon Ekpa to come and start making exposition. to come out and start talking about Nigeria or start talking about Musa. No, that era, that stage have passed. We are on another pedestal. We are on another stage, on another level. And that level is the level that Biafra is being recognized, is being spoken about all over the world. So what you see happening in Finland, for the fact that, Biafrans, we felt bad that the Prime Minister is in Finnish custody. Yes, we understand that. But what is happening in Finland need to happen for Nigeria to be destroyed. What is happening, playing out in Finland today need to happen for Nigeria to go down. Bata bata. So, Chukwu Okike Abiama knows what he's doing. There is a template to our restoration. There is a template to our freedom. It has been designed by Okike himself. And each and every one of the stages that we have to pass for Biafra to be restored, we have to pass it. There is nothing is going to change that. Nothing is going to change that. And today, I want to ask, did you hear any update from Nigeria about the court case of our Prime Minister? And are you aware that the Prime Minister will be in court today as well? Are you aware that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekwanjokun, are you aware that Biafra is going to court today as well? Why is Nigerian government not giving you that information? Why are you no longer hearing from Nigeria update from Finland? Oh, Nigeria will tell you that, they are getting update from Finland. Have they given you any updates since yesterday about the court case of our Prime Minister or Biafra? Why? Why have they not given you any updates? Because Finland understands Nigeria, how they roll. The first opportunity they gave Nigeria to be aware of how the Finnish court processes, the first opportunity they gave to Nigeria, Nigeria misused it on a very negative light against Finland. Nigeria think that since they have the whole money in the whole world, since they have bought every other news media, including that WLE, Yale in Finland, which is now working for Nigeria, they now think that they have the world in their pocket. They now think that every information that is coming from Finland, they are going to get it. So Finland gave them an opportunity of being in the court, of having access to the first court appearance of our Prime Minister. What did Nigerian government come out with? They didn't get any information from what is happening. Then they got information from a blogger. And that information they got was a very false information. They brought out a derogatory statement that Finland prosecutor cross-examined Simon Ekpa. And that when Simon Ekpa was cross-examined, that Simon Ekpa was saying he is no longer the Prime Minister, that he is a content creator. This is the kind of news that is coming from Nigerian TVC news. This is the kind of news that even the newspapers in Nigeria are carrying. Fake news here and there. How can somebody who is in the court with the Biafran charter, the Prime Minister, you can see him with the Biafran charter in front of him. Everything that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, did was in the public domain. His expositions are there on YouTube. His election into the Prime Minister position is also there. Nigerian government, they seize all these things, but yet They are sending false information to the general public, to Nigerians, to tell you that Simon Ekpa said that he is a content creator. And you that was part of that court section, did you see anywhere that the prosecutor cross-examined Simon Ekpa? I ask you, did you see anywhere that there was a cross-examination on the Prime Minister? And did you hear anywhere that Simon Ekpa said that he is a content creator? You didn't hear it because he does not exist. Then how did Nigeria come about saying that he denied being a Prime Minister, that he said he's a content creator? The reason why they are doing that is because they have no information. They have to create something for their useless population. People who do not reason very well, people who do not research, people who are not ready to find out the truth. Because everything about Nigeria is falsehood. Everything about Nigeria is propaganda, lies, and they deceive their population. That is why they don't want you to know about who you are. They remove history from your schools. And they want you to remain, dormant. They don't want your brain to be functioning. They want to control how you think. Nigeria wants to control how you reason. That is why you as Nigerians, that same thing that Nigeria wants you to do, to be, that is actually what most of you are. Because even when you get this false information, you don't even try to confirm. You will not even like to go and research and know whether this information that I'm getting, whether it is a correct information or is a false information or is a propaganda. No, you will not. People will not try to find out. People will not research and know the truth. The only thing that they will do, you see them sharing it. They'll go to their platform and be sharing it. Oh, Simon Ekpa says he's a content creator. Simon Ekpa says he's not a prime minister. Simon Ekpa says he's no longer doing Biafra. Simon Ekpa said he's not with DavidNnannah BTV. Simon Ekpa said, oh, that whatever he's doing, he should be held responsible. That is all the kind of news that they'll be coming out and be telling the general public. Deceiving the gullible, of course, is their own gullible that they will deceive. The Biafran people are wiser, and nobody is going to deceive us because we actually know the truth, because we follow the news from the right source, from the right channel. And that is why this morning I bring a very wonderful update to you, wonderful Biafrans and lovers of freedom. First of all, my names are DavidNnannah, and I'm reaching to you live from my location here in Mozambique. Okay? And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Like now, share now, so that, other people can join us. If you are not supporting this, our freedom, I don't know what you will be supporting. If you have not been seeing what is happening in the homeland, I want to ask you, are you truly part of this liberation? Are you truly part of this recognition of Biafra? Because a lot is happening from the homeland. The Biafran Defense Forces are doing us proud. They are delegitimizing the terrorists, proving to the terrorist Nigerian state that they are a very well-trained and disciplined army. The Biafran Defense Forces are well-disciplined, and they know their games, and they are playing it to the best of their knowledge. So kudos to General Igwe Butuzo, the Chief of Defense Staff, and all the military under him, okay, including David Black, the Chief of Air Force, Biafran Naval Air Force. I salute you, wonderful men, for holding ground, for protecting Biafra land, preventing the terrorists from taking over our land. General Igwe Butuzo, we salute you. We salute you and your men. You are doing us proud. Continue to hold your ground, because we know that victory is very close. This 2025, Nigeria will understand that yes, these people actually came for their freedom. Nigeria will know the stuff that Biafrans are made with. 1967 is far gone. This is 2025. Biafrans are sophisticated at this time. Biafrans are ready and prepared to do everything possible to make sure that our freedom comes. Very, very important. And if you are a Biafran, you are not supporting in this freedom. What is your gain? You have a lot to lose if you don't support our freedom. If you are a Biafran and you are not supporting our government, you are not donating to the Biafran Defense Forces, you are not paying your BLT, yet you want freedom. It means that you don't actually want your people to be free, because freedom is very, very costly. Freedom takes guns and bullets to achieve. Freedom, for you to achieve freedom, you have to give in, you have to give up a lot of things. You have to finance your freedom. Okay? So if you are not supporting our freedom, please wake up, rise up, and support our freedom. Very, very important. Having said that, now, Biafrans who are listening all over the world, yesterday, Biafra appeared in court in Finland, in a European court. Yesterday, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa appeared in court. Biafra appearing in court was very, very specific and very, very significant. The reason why this Biafra is appearing in court is because the world need to know the genocide committed against our people. The world need to know the atrocities that the world committed against the Biafran nation. That is why Chukwuokika designed that this time everything that need to be done for the world to know about our plight will be done. Between 1967 to 1970, Biafra did not appear in any court. Biafra did not have any representation in the international scene. Biafrans were all alone, fighting for survival, fighting for our freedom. Nobody was speaking for us. Nobody was fighting for us. Nobody came to help Biafrans to fight against the terrorist Nigerian state and the British that came to kill us. Our eternal leader, OGECHUKWU, and the Biafran army that fought for Biafran freedom, they fought that all alone, within their own capacity. International community, they didn't come to our aid. Most of them that came, they have personal interests at the back of their mind before they came. Most of them who wanted to speak, some of them were silenced because Nigerian government were, through the Britain, connived with Russia, connived with Egypt, connived with some African countries as well, to make sure that Biafra never existed, to make sure that they killed our people. Our eternal leader, OGECHUKWU, tried within his capacity, with his lieutenant, with the armies. They fought their way to make sure that our land was not overrun. And when Biafrans as well were given an opportunity of going outside to be able to make friends with the West and buy weapons to sustain the Biafran war, a lot of our brothers sabotaged our eternal leader. That is why anytime we talk about sabotage, you have to mention Obabia Sika and Ifeajuna. These people embraced one Nigeria against Biafra. They sabotaged Biafra for Nigeria. And eventually, Biafra surrendered to Nigeria in 1967. In 1970. Okay? Biafra surrendered. And Nigeria now decided to reintegrate Biafra into the system. But 58 years later, that reintegration never happened. Rather, we have worst case scenarios whereby Biafrans are now facing more of what they faced in 1967 to 70. Killings, harassment, kidnappings, disappearances, destruction of properties, rape, inhuman treatment against our people. This is the order of the day. And even sidelining Biafrans politically. Destruction of our economic growth in Biafran territory. This is what necessitated the coming of Owazurike. When Owazurike came, he was sabotaged as well. And Owazurike gave up. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took that opportunity and came. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created a very big and wider range of awareness for Biafrans. And Biafrans embraced our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra accepted that yes, there is need for our people to be free. Biafrans all over the world supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for Biafra to be free. And Nigerians were angry because of the massive support that our leader received in the hands of Biafrans. And Nigerian planned to destroy Biafra freedom. And they succeeded in kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And our Prime Minister came on board. And today, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have been able to take us to a stage whereby there will be no other sabotage until Biafra is fully restored. So yesterday, the reason why our Prime Minister appeared in Finnish court yesterday, the reason why Biafra is appearing in Finnish court or European court is because it is time for Biafra to be recognized all over the world. And for that recognition to happen, it has to go through the known processes, through the law, through the courts. Now, one of the things that Nigeria did that is working against them today is ever calling the European Union to come and arrest Simon Ekpa. That Simon Ekpa is causing insecurity, that Simon Ekpa is inciting people, that Simon Ekpa is the cause of insecurity, killing people here and there. So the Nigerian government thought that with all the money that they have, that if they buy Finland, that Finland is going to arrest Simon Ekpa, that Finland is going to jail Simon Ekpa, that Finland will now make Biafra agitation to die. Little did they know that them asking for Simon's prosecution was actually going to be a plus for the Biafran liberation and for the Biafran recognition. Yes. Asking for Finland to prosecute Simon Ekpa was actually what it needed, Biafra needed to do, what the world needed to do for Biafra to come to limelight. Yes, on international stage. That is the antidote that Biafrans needed for the world to know about our plight, for the world to know about the killings, about the intimidations, about the harassment, about the genocide that happened between 1967 to 1970. So everything is working for good for us. Everything that is working out today in Finland is working out for good for us. So yesterday our Prime Minister appeared in court, and behold, it is win-win-win for us. It is a win-win for Biafra. And today they are going to court again. Yeah. So a lot of information are coming from Finland that, oh my goodness me, Biafrans, we are winning and we are going home. And I want to ask you, since yesterday, have you had any news that came out from Nigeria about the court updates? Did you hear any news that came from Nigeria about the court updates? No, you cannot hear any positive news from Nigerian government. The only news that you hear from Nigeria is that Simon Ekpa said he's a content creator. They are not going to go to the background case. They are not going to go and tell you what is transpiring in Finnish court. And I really thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama. In fact, we bless Okike for making Finland to even arrest Simon Ekpa. Yes. I repeat, I really appreciate Chukwu Okike Abiyama, because what we say, when we sing all these songs, people don't actually understand that what we are doing is very, very spiritual. Chukwu Okike Abiyama have to dictate how this fight is going to be fought and won. And for the international community to know about Biafra, okay? One of their European Union courts have to talk about it. Somebody have to be arrested for Biafra. For Biafra to be recognized, somebody have to be arrested. And when you arrest a Biafran agitator, do you just arrest somebody like Nigeria? You just handcuff the person and put that person in jail without appearing in court? Is that possible? So, that is actually the positive side of the arrest of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. The positive side, the arrest is really a welcome development, irrespective of the fact that we are feeling his absence, right? Irrespective of the fact that, yes, we know that, of course, he's not coming online for now, but the reason he was arrested, is for Biafra. And for our Prime Minister to go to the Finnish court with Biafran charter, you don't know that a lot is happening. Our Prime Minister went to Finnish court with Biafran charter. And the Biafran charter is the guiding principle of our government. This charter stipulates how the people want themselves to be run, how Biafra should be run. It states clearly all the international norms about how a nation is governed. They are all stated in that Biafran charter. So if the Finnish government or the prosecutor calls up Simon Ekpa to come and ask him, why are you fighting for Biafra? Our Prime Minister will now have an ample opportunity to ask some certain questions and to educate a lot of people, including the Finnish government. Of course, the Finnish government, they know about Biafra, but they have to act according to the standard of international freedom fighting. Because in international freedom fighting, there is 3 places that a freedom fighter has to be in. Okay? And those places have to be completed before you can be regarded as a real freedom fighter. Either you are in jail, or you are in detention for that cause for which you are fighting. Okay? And you must be in exile for the same cause that you are fighting. You are fighting for Biafra, and the place you are fighting that Biafra, that country does not want you. They will imprison you, they will lock you up. In some cases, they will kill you. Simon Ekpa is in exile and are still in the detention of the Finnish government, of the Finnish state. So they actually know the reason why Simon Ekpa is in Finland. Now, a freedom fighter, if you are not in jail, if you are not in exile, you must be dead. Okay? Now, our eternal leader have paid the price. He is dead. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention in Nigeria. Any court case that is coming about, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to Nigeria. The questions are going to be settled on Biafra. No other thing. Any question that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to answer, or was going to ask, or going to respond to, have to deal with Biafra, not his own personal life. Because it was because of Biafra that he was kidnapped from Kenya, right? So by so doing, Africa, Nigerians are educated about what Biafra stands. Nigerians are meant to refer back to 1967 to 1970, what happened that made Biafra to fight with the Nigerian government. And has that thing that happened that made that war, has it subsided, or is it still happening to the Biafran people up to this moment? That is the question that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the answers that he is going to give them in the Nigerian courts, which times without number, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have come out and told you on their open court that he has the prerogative right to fight for his freedom. Something that he had been saying to the people in his broadcast. He now has an ample opportunity of facing the Nigerian judiciary, the judges, the corrupt judges. He now told them that it is your constitution said that I have my right to fight for self-determination, and which means I have my right to fight for Biafra. So it is now, it is no longer a situation whereby he is just in a radio or he has a microphone and telling you about, we should fight for your right. He is speaking to the lawmakers in Nigeria, in their court. He is saying it to them. So now, in the international scene, in the European court, Simon Ekpa is appearing in court for Biafra. When the prosecutor or whoever that is cross-examining him will ask Simon Ekpa, why are you fighting for Biafra? Simon Ekpa will tell them, Simon Ekpa will tell them that according to international law, I have my right to fight for the freedom of my people. He is going to prove it in their own courts. So that thing that Nigeria have been running away from all this while, they want to stop Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't want European community. They don't want EU to know about Biafra. They don't want President Alex Stubb to know about Biafra. They don't want Donald Trump. They don't want the international community. They don't want the European law court to know about Biafra. That thing they were running from, trying to prevent from happening, it has already happened, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. Nigeria can never get better anymore with what is happening today. That Simon Ekpa appeared in Finnish court, and he was being, the Finnish media are now taking Biafra news to the next level. all the nooks and crannies of Finland, they now understand that there is a Biafra agitator who is now in Finnish custody. Okay? And what is his crime? The only crime he committed is that he is fighting for the freedom of his people. And to crown it all, it is in the same Finland. It is Finland that gave the Biafran people an opportunity in 2023 to come and have the first convention. The first Biafran convention was held, I think, in Helsinki, 2023. Finland gave them a pass. Finland gave that go-ahead for that convention to hold. Okay? That was a Biafran convention. It is the same Finland in 2024, last year, that the same gave the Biafran people an opportunity to come to the same Finland and redeclare their nation, Biafra. So, oh my goodness me, it is very, very interesting. So, tag Nigerian government, tag their news media, tag TVC, tag Guardian newspapers, Punch and all the rest of them. Tell them what is happening in Finland. How come you are not getting any information from them? The same Finland that gave Biafrans the opportunity to come to their country and declare their nation is the same Finland that they called upon to hold Simon Ekpa for declaring Biafra, or to hold Simon Ekpa for fighting for the freedom of his people. Finland knows what they are doing. Even as they are holding our prime minister, they are actually playing the script according to what UPDATES.MORE wants, so that you and I will be free. I want you to know that freedom can never come on a platter of gold. Okay? I want you to know that no matter what happens, for freedom to come, a lot of prices have to be paid. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is paying that price. Our leader, DavidNnannah BTV, is also paying the price in the homeland. Okay? So, Nigerian government, where are you people? What is happening? We want to hear the news. How did you people get your own news? We want to hear news from Finland, Nigeria, because news, because we want to know what is happening in Finland. How did it go? Is Prime Minister Simon now telling you that he's a content creator? Foolish people everywhere. So, my wonderful people and lovers of freedom, kudos to the Biafran government. Kudos to our acting Prime Minister OGECHUKWU. Kudos to our Prime Minister. A lot is happening. Great news is coming from Finland. Great news is coming from Finland. So, we are going home. Our recognition is on the way. Biafra recognition is a done deal. There is nothing that can stop our freedom at this time. Nothing will stop it. We are a free nation. We have declared our nation. Nigeria never wanted Biafra to exist. Nigeria have killed us enough. How can you beat a child and ask the child not to cry? Is it possible? You beat a child, the child, even when you cover the child's mouth, you will see the murmuring from that child. That is what Nigeria was doing to us. They were beating us and was expecting us not to cry. You come to our community, you kill our people, you leave our people impoverished. No industrialization, no good roads, no industry for employment, no good schools, no healthcare system. Nothing is good in our land. You go to the coastal region of Biafra land, you will shed tears. Our people defecate on the water and still take water to drink from the same source. Whereas the vast majority of the resources that powers the economy of the world come from our land. And you expect our people, you expect the lives of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, to keep quiet and watch their people die. in penury and watch our people suffer before we can eat. My brothers and my sisters, nobody does that. Nobody does that. So all the atrocities that the Nigerian government have committed against our people have gotten to high heavens. Yes. Ihe ọjọọ niile ndị Nigeria mere ụmụ Biafra. Alụ niile nke Nigeria mere na ana Biafra. Akwa niile ụmụ Biafra na-ebe erugo Chukwu okike abịa ma ntị. Yes, the sufferings of our people have gotten to the ear of our Creator Chukwu okike abịa. And that is why Nigeria will be destroyed at this time, this century, this 21st century. Nigeria will be destroyed. Nothing is going to hold that. That is why he gave them Tinubu and gave them Shetima. Because the world know who Tinubu is. The world know who Shetima is. Tinubu is a drug lord. Shetima is a terrorist. So which world will now take the words of Tinubu or Shetima more seriously than people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and that of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko? It is not going to happen. So Biafrans, I want you to rejoice anywhere you are. I want you to understand that Chukwu okike Abiama's hand is in what is happening. And our freedom is very, very near. Our recognition is around the corner. Nothing will change that. Nothing will stop that. Our Prime Minister is also appearing in court today. The court continues. It continues, and it is a winning streak. We are winning all the way. And because of that, you cannot hear any news from Nigeria. Yes, you cannot get any meaningful news from Nigeria because they are no longer given access to the courts. They are no longer allowed to cover the court proceedings because when they cover the court proceedings, they will not give you the information. They will not tell you the real information. Rather, they will now tell you that, oh, Simon Ekpa denied being a prime minister, that he now said he's a content creator. That is the kind of news that you'll be hearing from Nigeria. So, and they have been denied access into the court proceedings, and that is why they are not going to give you any tangible news because they don't have access to information. So we are going to be updating Biafrans on what is happening at the Finnish court, on what is happening at the European Union court. Very, very important. And one thing is very, very certain. And one thing I want you to know is that our Prime Minister is winning. Biafra is winning. Biafra is winning. We are winning 100%. And while we are winning in the Finnish court, we are also winning in the homeland. Yes, of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already defeated them in their courts. And while we are defeating them in the courts, we are also defeating them in the battlefield. The Biafran Defense Forces are giving them wudu. Yes, the Biafran Defense Forces are giving the Nigerian government the beating of their lives. Yesterday was very, very interesting. And yesterday, what happened? They even went to the extent of killing their informant, the person who informed them to go and invade the Biafran Defense Forces camp. They have to call out the guy, and they killed him in cold blood. And this fate awaits each and every one of you who will come out tomorrow to sabotage. They will eventually buy you. The way they buy that guy yesterday, that will be the way you are going to go. And nobody is going to save you. So Biafrans, I want you to rejoice because we are winning and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So having said that, like the topic said, our Prime Minister, Biafra, appears in courts. We will continue to win in the European Union courts. And Biafra recognition is a done deal. Another important information I want us to understand is that our acting Prime Minister, OGECHUKWU, is a man to be reckoned with. Is a man that Chukwu Okike Abiama himself brought in for this our liberation, for this our restoration, and for this our recognition. Very, very important. If we have more OGECHUKWU's, believe you me, OBINZE will fall the next day. Ọ bụrụ na anyị nwere ndị nwere obi eji eme ihe, ndị nwere obi eji akwado ihe. Ọ bụrụ na anyị nwere mmadụ abụọ ma ọ bụ ịtọ dị ka OGECHUKWU, I am telling you, tomorrow, the Biafran Defense Forces will evict all these terrorists from OBINZE. If we have the likes of OGECHUKWU, 4 of OGECHUKWU's in this freedom, we are going to evict the terrorists from our land. Biafra will have come faster, even while our Prime Minister is still answering questions to the Finnish authorities. The reason why I say this is because OGECHUKWU have demonstrated that yes, he can be trusted by the Biafran people. Not only is he bringing out his time to go to Washington, D.C., to represent Biafra, to promote Biafra, to converse for support for our recognition. Not only is he doing that, he is bringing out his resources. He is contributing with his own money. In some cases, he bails out the government when there is financial crisis, when we could not meet up some financial demand. Our acting Prime Minister OGECHUKWU bails out the government. That is very, very wonderful. So such persons, if we can have more of him in this government, if we can have more of him who are supporting this our liberation, I believe you me, my brothers and my sisters, the Biafran Defense Forces will evict the terrorists from OBINZE the next day. Because as it stands now, it is money, it is finance that is needed to be able to evict the terrorists from OBINZE. I want each and every one of us to understand that this freedom that we are fighting at this juncture, what we need more is money. You know, our Prime Minister told you and I that we are fighting multidimensionally. And that is how it is. Our leader, DavidNnannah BTV, is in Nigeria, fighting from Nigeria. Our Prime Minister, Simon Ekwanjoko, is in Finland, fighting from the international arena through the European courts. Our acting Prime Minister OGECHUKWU is in Washington, D.C., America, going with the lobbyists, lobbying about Biafran recognition. The Biafran Defense Forces in the homeland are in the battleground, defending our land and our territory. So, Odiro easy. And that is why we are calling on Biafrans who are well-to-do. If we can have more Biafrans like OGECHUKWU, my brothers and my sisters, Biafra will be able to exit Nigeria in the next 1 year. Because this man, OGECHUKWU, is contributing immensely, not only his resources, but his time, and is committed towards this project. He is committed. Property mana OGECHUKWU mara na ọ bụrụ na Biafra bịa, ọ bụrụ na dịkwa ugwu nke o nwetere n'aka ndị Biafra, Biafra bịa, Ogechukwu nkere abago na history book. Biafra bịa, Maazị Simon Ekpa, Maazị Nnamdi Jọkụ, and Nnamdi Kanu, and every other person who has fought, who is joining hands and supporting this freedom. All of them have made name for themselves, and the Biafran people will never forget them. Especially at this time, Ogechukwu nkere is in charge of the Biafran Republic government in exile. The cabinet, he is in charge. And even as he's going to Washington, D.C., even as he's bringing out his time to go and lobby for Biafran recognition, he is also contributing immensely, using his hard-earned resources to support the freedom of his people. And that is why we are calling on Biafrans in America. Biafrans in America. 50 states that we have in America. Biafrans, what are you doing in America? Ogechukwu nkere is in America. It is the likes of Ogechukwu nkere that made Maazị Nnamdi Kanu to say that America will fund this liberation. America will fund this recognition. America will fund this restoration. It is because of the lives of Ogechukwu nkere. But here we see only Ogechukwu nkere and few like him, like Mighty Dot and all the rest of them, and the most articulate ministers. No. Maazị OBINZE and other ministers who are supporting this recognition. Where are others? Where are others who Maazị Nnamdi Kanu talked about? Our leader said that those of you in America are going to fund this, our liberation. You are going to fund our freedom. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? Where have you left this freedom in the hands of very few Biafrans? Even while these Biafrans are contributing, the money is not enough for the Biafran Defense Forces to evict these terrorists from our land. Where are you guys, Bikono? Omo Chineke, come and vindicate Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. Come and vindicate Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. He made that bold statement that Biafrans in America is going to fund our freedom. And now our freedom is very close, and we are looking for funds. Anyị na-achọzi ego. Ka ebe unu na ụmụ Biafra, biko unu bịa ka unu fund this our liberation. Unu bịa fund this our freedom. We are very close to our freedom. We are close to our freedom. Very, very important. We need your contribution. That is why the lives of Ogechukwu nkere them, those who are like Ogechukwu nkere, should come and join this freedom. Come and join and fund this freedom so that our people will be free, because we have suffered enough. We have suffered enough in the hands of this terrorist Nigerian state. In the hands of the British, we have suffered enough. And this time around, it is money that is needed so that our people will be free. The Biafran Defense Forces are ready. They are eager to evict all these terrorists from OBINZE, because OBINZE is where they stay to plan. They plan and come and execute their terrorist activities in our land. OBINZE need to be evicted. These terrorists from OBINZE, they need to be evicted. That is why, Biafrans, we are calling on you, those of you in America, this is the time for you to come on board. That thing that our leader Maazị Nnamdi Kanu said about you guys in America, this is the time for you to come on board and support our freedom. Very, very important. As our Prime Minister is appearing in court today as well, Biafrans in the homeland, the Biafran Defense Forces, as they are defending our land and our territory today as well, those of you who were chosen before they were born, please, this is the time to come on board and join this liberation and join this freedom, so that we can be recognized and we'll go back to the land of our ancestors. Very, very important. So thank you so much for joining me. Please, where are you watching me from? I see you, Okereke. Thank you, Charles. Oh, Mazi Charles, I see you as well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here as well, Charles. I salute you. Chloe, yes. Thank you. Na afaginka, afaginka, mama batakwara m ya. Ndewo n'ụmụ Chineke. Yes, so this Biafran restoration is everybody's project. It is our responsibility. As long as ebu nwa Biafra, ebe ọbụla ị nọ, Biafra is our mission. Biafra is our destination. We must do everything within our reach to continue to educate our people that it is Biafra of Biafra. There is no two ways about it. Nothing can stop us from being free at this time, because Biafra is at the highest height, at the highest level on international stage right now. Our Prime Minister appearing in court is one of the greatest positive things that have happened in this liberation. Ya bụ ihe ọma nke na-eme na this time, that we Biafran people, we have an opportunity of defending ourselves in court. We have an opportunity of bringing to the international community's notice the atrocities of the Nigerian state against our people. Yes, this is an opportunity. All those evidences that we have against Nigeria, our Prime Minister is carrying them in quantum. Obiebuna boss, Ogodore and the Finland, the prosecutors. This is the reason why we are fighting for Biafra. This is the reason why I am doing what I am doing. This is the reason why Biafran people are sitting at home. This is the reason why DavidNnannah BTV is being held. This is the reason why the British don't want us to be free. Every information is at the disposal of our Prime Minister. So there is no hiding place for Nigeria at this time. Nigeria can never hide. They can only run, but they cannot hide, because we are here so that Nigeria will be destroyed. And like our leader said, Nigeria will be destroyed in total, from A to Z. From A to Z, Nigeria must be destroyed. From head to toe, we must destroy Nigeria. And Biafra must emerge a free nation on this planet Earth. So thank you so much. I want to appeal to every one of you that is joining me. If you have any question, if you are a Biafran and you don't have some information, or there are information that you need to know, you can type it on the comment section. We can respond to your question. But there is something that I want us to understand. If you are a Biafran, please try and support this freedom. Try and support our recognition. This Biafra is for everybody. Okay? There are divisions of labor. You see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa, they are in various detention facilities. This is part of their work. This is part of the reason why they were choosing to fight for Biafra. You that is on social media, you that is not anywhere near prison detention facilities, but you are working and earning a living, please, we appeal to you to support the Biafran Defense Forces. These are the men and women who are protecting our land. And as long as they are there, as long as you make your donation, our land can never be overrun. Okay? The terrorists can never take over our land as long as you are making your little donations and contributions to the Biafran Defense Forces through the government website. Okay? And I also use this opportunity to embrace the special IOU loan. The IOU loan will go a long way. While you are making money for yourself, the government as well is prosecuting or using the resources that you are loaning to it to be able to defend our land and our territory. This is something that we people should understand. Our land must be defended at all costs. We can never allow these terrorists to take over our land. You can't allow the land of our ancestors to be overrun by people who came from Mali, who came from Senegal, who came from Mauritania, who came from Tanzania, who came from Ghana to come and take over our land. The land that Nnannah hapụrụ anyị, the land that our ancestors left for us, you now leave people to come and take it over. No. That is why, with the little that you have, bring it, let us use it to support our government. Let us use it to support the Biafran Defense Forces. They are doing wonderfully well. Igwe Butuzo and his voice, they are delegitimizing the terrorists from our land. And that is how it is going to be until Biafra is eventually recognized as a free nation. The international community must come to the table. Nigeria must come to the table to renegotiate Biafra, to, not even renegotiate, to come and agree on the terms and conditions of our border demarcations. That is the only thing that can stop all this. They think that the killings that they have been killing since 1967 to date, did it stop us? The arrest of DavidNnannah, did it stop us? The kidnap of our leader, did it stop us? That of Prime Minister can never stop us, because we now have a government. Even if tomorrow you said, oh, they called OGECHUKWU to come and answer again, we have somebody else. There are millions and millions of OGECHUKWU's. There are thousands and millions of Simon Ekpas. The same thing applies to millions and millions of DavidNnannah. So are you going to wipe out a generation for fighting for their rights? It is not going to happen. So the earlier the international community calls for truce between Nigeria and Biafra, the earlier for them. The same thing we are calling the international community to also call for truce between Ambazonia and Cameroon, because these are our brothers. Why are people not comfortable with freedom? Why are you killing people for asking for their freedom? Why? Because of material gains. Something that you will die, the material gains that you are talking about, when you breathe in your last, the material resources will still remain and you are gone. And because of that material things, you are killing people that are created by Okike himself. You are destroying races. You are destroying people's lives because of money, because of what you are going to get from the resources that is coming from their land. This is really unfortunate. But in our case, they have killed us enough. This time around, Biafra is our destination. And no amount of killing, no amount of intimidation, no amount of harassment, not even threatening every Biafran with prison, will discourage us or stop us from fighting for our rights or fighting for our freedom. Our freedom is non-negotiable. The freedom of our leader, the freedom of our prime minister is non-negotiable. Biafra is non-negotiable. It is Biafra or Biafra, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. So thank you so much, Biafrans, for being here with me. Like I said earlier, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa and Biafra appeared in court yesterday. And it's a win-win for us. Today also, they are appearing in court. And we are going to give you updates as situation unfolds from Finland. So keep in touch with our various platforms, both in X, okay, or the information department of Brigi, because we are going to be updating Biafrans of what is happening in Finland as it regards to our freedom. So thank you so much for joining me. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. I also appreciate our Prime Minister. I also appreciate our Acting Prime Minister, OGECHUKWU, for what he is doing. I also appreciate the contributions and the services, the protection of our land by the Biafran Defense Forces. I also appreciate you as a Biafran who is contributing and standing very strong for our recognition. Very, very important. I tell you that whatever contribution you make, whatever sacrifice you make, is not going to be in vain. Doris, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. Whatever sacrifice you have made in the cause of this freedom, the gods and goddesses of our land will always appreciate it. You are always appreciated. So continue to make your little donations until Biafra is restored. If you have an opportunity of keying into that special IOU loan, very, very important you do that. By so doing, you are making money for yourself, and non-Biafrans, you are also, creating an awareness and also giving yourself an edge to be able to get the Biafran citizenship when Biafra is fully restored, when Biafra is fully recognized. So it is very important that if you are a non-Biafran, you want Biafran citizenship, this is the time. Now that we need money, Biafran government need money to prosecute this war that is ongoing in our land. If you give us a loan, give us for instance 1,000 a gemma, Biafran government will pay you 2,000 a gemma. 10,000 a gemma, Biafran government will pay you 20,000 a gemma, as the case may be. This is part to encourage you, for you to understand that your money is safe in Biafran land. Your money is safe with Biafran government. And your information is also protected. In case you want to remain anonymous until Biafra comes, you are going to be put in the anonymous list while you make your donations, while you make your contribution. Very, very important, because your identity will be protected. Even if you are working in Nigeria, your identity will be protected. As long as your actions and activities are not against the freedom of the Biafran people, your identity will be protected. So thank you so much for joining me. I want to appeal to you. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please try and do that now. And always join us whenever we come online. I appreciate your time. So this morning, all of you that have joined me this morning, I say may the gods and goddesses of our land continue to be with you, continue to support you, continue to protect you in whatever you do. It is Biafra or Biafra, and nothing can stop us from being free. Thank you so much. As I will sign out from here. See you next time. Ndewo no mu Chineke, and bye from here.